Hello, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Trying a new location, a little bit different lighting. Hopefully it comes out a little bit better. And thank you all for your feedback. Thank you again for 8,000 views, and that was 6,000 views in a 3-month time. And I'm just immensely gratified by that. So on with the show. Today we're going to talk about the SCIO, SCIO. And I just wanted to get this out there because it is a fascinating technology. I've personally used it. Somebody in a complex, when I was living in a condo complex, got one and was training heavily for a year and a half on this technology. And a little bit of background on it. SCIO uses tri-vector rife technology frequencies using electroreactivity. So what it actually does is it reaches out telemetry-wise to a person. It finds a cell. It knows by electroreactivity what that cell is, whether it's a kidney cell, whether it's a cancer cell, whether it's a baby, whether it's skin, or what have you. And it determines whether that cell is healthy or not through electroreactivity. And if it needs some energy, it knows which rife frequencies it needs to send to bring it back to the correct frequency. So if it's a liver cell and it's a little off, or starting to show precancerous signs or some kind of toxification, it knows which rife frequencies to send and kind of tweak it. It's a highly, highly, highly intelligent device. I was told by the person that in the complex that was using it that it had a super consciousness mode, in that you could control it with your mind and your intention. So we had a demonstration one time and I was used as the guinea pig, and they had hooked me up to the rife. And there was a dentist there, a very renowned dentist. There was a chiropractor there, and there was a doctor there. And I was hooked up to it, not physically touching a keyboard or anything, just, a couple little probes here and there. And they were doing some things, and they were working on meridians, and my arm had been bothering me from bicycling, and I set an intention to fix whatever that was. And she's like, well, I can't use the machine now, it's doing something, and it was actually working on the meridian that I had set an intention on. And it did it for like 5 minutes, and they're like, she's like, I can't do anything, he has control over the machine. I'm like, well, you told me that that was possible, and I set an intention that if that was possible, that I wanted to do that. And that was in about, I think, 2008, 2009. And it was invented by a man called Dr. William Nelson. And Dr. William Nelson worked for NASA, 60s, 70s, and he worked on technologies. And if you go on YouTube and search for SCIO, you can see an interview with him, which is about 30, 40 minutes long, 20 to 40 minutes long. And he was in the middle of a sex change, I think, at the time, because his nails long, his hair as long, his voice was changing. Interesting man. But he invented this technology so that when astronauts went into space and stayed for a prolonged amount of time, due to zero gravity effect, you have muscle entropy. That when you come back to gravity, you can't walk. Heart entropy, which is critical because you can die. And what it would do is it would look at the musculature in the body, and it would feed back what it needed through electroreactivity, and rebuild the musculature and ligaments and stuff like that to be able to at least keep some kind of sustained muscle mass. It wasn't 100%, but it was enough so that they could stay in space for a few days and come back without, having critical kind of items come up. So I just wanted to make you aware of this type of technology. If you're not aware of rife technology, then that's a whole other story too that you need to go and look at. But this machine, it's out there. It's I don't want to call it expensive because price is relative to your manifestation. However, it does have a price tag of a small car. So a used small car at that, to be, as a matter of fact. But it is something that can do pretty much anything. It is so intricate, it is so detailed that, you need to have a high-end amount of knowledge to be able to use it. But I know healers, energy healers that use it, and I don't know, I think it's a wonderful variation of the rife technology where it's using rife technology, and it's using a step up in the technology that we have now. We have the ability to reach out and get more information from subspace and from, because of superposition and collapse of the waveform and quantum entanglement, where everything we know now is always touching. They're using a lot of those in practical application now. They're using a lot of those theories in practical application, and now it's a biofeedback machine, but when you're using trivector frequencies to go in through electroreactivity and fix cells on a cellular level. Hate to call that medical technology, but I would call that medical technology in my book. So if you haven't ever seen that, go check it out. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information on YouTube. If you have any questions for me personally, send it out. I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to talk to anybody for at least an hour. And, any questions you might have on this type of technology or manifestation or any type of thing. Thank you very much. Love and light, and have a fantastic day.